Over there, that which is my other half is fast asleep. The man's name was Atsuyu.
This Atsuyu person, who was he exactly?
I've heard of him before. Atsuyu. That's right. It's rumored that he killed his own father in order to become the director of the Gen province. In the end, he even plotted to overthrow the king.
Atsuyu would have a different version. He'd say yours was harsh.
So what do you mean? Did it not happen that way?
The truth is, I'm the one who killed Atsuyu. That's right. It happened quite a long time ago. Ah, Itan.
What are you doing?
He gambled all his money away at the brothel and then was forced to sweep up the garden to repay the debt?
No one has ever caused me this much embarrassment in my entire life.
I don't know what to say. I'm completely speechless.
Oh, be quiet, Seisho. This is all because of your man Mosen.
It's not Mosen's fault. I take full responsibility.
Are you proud of what you've done?
Not really. All right, calm down. I've learned my lesson. I'll stick to government affairs. That's what you want, right?
It's your fault too, Taiho.
But I wasn't the one who went out gambling.
Skipping out on the morning conference is no better. Missing your mark by 50 paces is the same as 100.
But the way I look at it, those 50 paces have got to count for something, though.
And to think it's been like this for 20 years.
Right after my coronation, Itan came to me and made a point to throw the kingdom's citizen registry in front of me. He wanted to show me how many people had died because it had taken so long for me to ascend the throne. So I took to calling him the Reckless. Shuko. Before I came along, he worked for the Chief Minister of Ceremonies. 3 days after I ascended the throne, as I was touring his department, he asked me, what would you like to be called? Ko-o the Prosperous or Metsuo the Destroyer? Now, I call him the Thoughtless. Then there's Seisho. He used to be a general in the Royal Army, but Kyo-o sent him to prison. After Kyo-o died, the ministers tried to release him, but he insisted that he wouldn't leave unless the ruler of N pardoned him. So he remained there for 50 years until I ascended the throne. I call him the Crazy. I think I shall choose to remain near my throne for a while. Besides, there's something suspicious going on in the west.
The West?
In Gen province, something's happening.
What do you mean?
Several times a month, the soldiers from Gen province would visit the gambling dens and spend a lot of money. They'd come empty-handed, but leave with large loads. It wouldn't be a problem if it were food, but if it's weaponry.
You think they're preparing a revolt, right?
Since the previous king's death, the Lord of Gen is frightened that revenge will be sought. He's also afraid of being exiled, and so he's remained holed up in his palace, refusing to leave.
But there is a shrewd man by his side. It is his very own son. I believe his name's Atsuyu.
How do you know all this?
I overheard it in town. One thing I've learned is that you should never take gossip lightly.
That may be true, Your Majesty, but for a ruler of a kingdom, snooping around in such a manner is just simply unacceptable.
What's the matter, Rokuta?
I don't like where this is going. I'll be outside, for now. The land is quite green right now. However, it won't be if there's war. It'll be how it was 20 years ago. War always brings about suffering. It's not only adults who suffer, but it's their children as well.
Is something wrong?
No. It's just that the kid we met 20 years ago should be about the same age as that father there, right?
I suppose so.
Since we don't age, I often forget how other people change. I wonder how he's doing right now. Good, I hope. Koya.
But Taiho, that was a Yoma.
I know that. That's why we have to turn around. What's a human doing riding a Yoma? I've never seen anything like that before. So, you were abandoned by your parents and raised by the Yoma?
Uh-huh.
What a coincidence.
Huh?
Never mind. By the way, about that Yoma.
You mean big one?
Yeah, big one. Does it, eat people?
Yeah, he does. If he didn't, he'd starve, wouldn't he? I keep trying to tell him not to do that, but he doesn't listen. Because whenever he goes to attack people or animals, they get frightened of him. That's why everybody keeps trying to scare Big One away. And they're usually really mean to him, but sometimes they just run away.
I'll bet they do.
I have to go.
Tell me, wouldn't you rather live somewhere in town?
Can Big One live with me?
I don't think he'd be able to live there.
Then forget it. Rokuta, do you know about Horai? Somewhere out there beyond the sea, there's supposed to be a land they call Horai. They say that there's never any fighting there, and no one's ever mean to each other. We've been looking for it for a while.
I know of Horai, but you can't just go there, not even with Big One. It's a place that's far, far away.
Oh, I see.
Well, if you ever change your mind, about living in town without bringing Big One with you, come visit me. I'll be in Kankyu. Hey, wait a sec, you don't even have a name, do you?
No.
Just think of something.
I don't know what to pick.
Well, how about I give you one then? There. How does Koya sound?
What does that name mean?
It's nightfall. Are you done discussing the details of your little bloody scheme?
I suppose.
Is there going to be a war?
That's what it looks like.
That means people will die.
That's the way it is. Rulers exploit and kill their people. And the smaller of number of deaths there are in the land, the greater the ruler is. In these situations, sacrifices are inevitable. Are you that scared of war?
It's not what you think. It's just that a lot of people will suffer greatly if there's a war. And as a Kirin, I'm the embodiment of the will of the people.
But if I don't take action soon, tens of thousands will die later. It's better to sacrifice the lives of a few hundred now to put an end to this. If you don't like it, just shut your eyes and cover your ears. I've made my decision. This is something that I have to do.
Well, I don't want any part of it. Do whatever you want.
Ribi, I presume.
Yes.
Ribi. She used to serve as a judicial minister. I appointed her as an ambassador to Gen province to keep watch and see if the Lord was gathering soldiers.
You seem quite calm.
This doesn't come as a surprise. I've expected it ever since His Majesty first appointed me.
Commander, I've captured her.
Since your majesty Shoryu, the king of En, ascended the throne, most of the kingdom's citizens have been able to live everyday life in peace. Your majesty has made all of this possible, and so we sincerely thank you for everything. Your people would like to wish you good health and eternal happiness.
You really should take those conferences more seriously. Don't you think a ruler should have a little more class? If you don't clean up your act, what you do will reflect badly on me. Honestly.
I think I'm beginning to understand what you're getting at. How about this? I'll try to act with more dignity from now on. I'll start off by yawning during the conference. How's that?
Taiho!
What is it, Ekishin?
There is somebody here who has requested to see you, Taiho.
To see me?
Yes. He told me to say his name is Koya.
Is it you, Koya?
Rokuta. No, I mean Taiho. It's been a long time.
You can call me Rokuta.
Very well, Rokuta.
So you've been working as an official in Gen province. I guess that's why you haven't aged much. But how did that happen?
I was taken in by the director of Gen province.
The director of Gen? You mean Atsuyu?
Huh? Yes, do you know him?
Only by his name.
I see. Well, anyway, I was a bit worried. I was afraid that maybe you had forgotten who I was.
How could I? By the way, where's Big One?
I left him outside Konkyu. Would you like to go see him?
Of course!
By the way, I renamed Big One Rokuta.
Really?
Yes, I did it to make sure that I wouldn't forget your name. Look, there he is.
Don't worry. There are people around.
Yes, Taiho.
Hey, it's Rokuta. Do you still remember him? So, you found one?
Yes.
Koya, is that your child?
No, it's not. I had them find it.
Koya, no!
It's why I had you come. Tell your man and your Shirei not to get any funny ideas. If you want to save this child's life, then please come with me. You do, don't you? A Kirin is a merciful creature. The mere scent of blood is enough to make you sick.
Why, you...
No! Don't!
Rokusui is a large river that runs through the Sei province from Konkyu to Gen on the coast of the Kokai. The river floods every season, leaving behind rich and fertile farmlands. However, Kyoto destroyed all the riverbanks, and so the area adjacent to the Kokai became entirely uninhabitable. After Kyoto's death, the land was recultivated and a village was formed. But there's still a lot left to be done.
That is the capital of Gen, Ganboku. It's even more beautiful than Konkyu.
The Gen province sure has flourished.
It's because of Lord Atsuyu. He's well liked by all of the townspeople here. They even say he's more reliable than the king.
Probably. Shoryu's an idiot.
So then, do you not like the king of En, Rokuta?
No, it's not that I don't like him. It's just that he really is an idiot. I can tell that you really like Atsuyu.
I guess so. I like him at least enough that I'm willing to take you as a prisoner.
Taiho, I offer you my deepest apologies for our impudence.
You're Atsuyu? What exactly are you scheming? And what do you want out of this?
It's a matter regarding the Rokusui River. Since Kyoto destroyed the banks, many prefectures in the lower reaches of Rokusui have suffered flooding every rainy season. It's vital that we start extensive repairs on the area immediately, but His Majesty will not allow it. And then there's another issue, construction rights. The king has stripped our lord of his power. I've implored His Majesty, but he has shown no interest in my requests, so I was left with nothing but this reckless plan.
Okay, I'll talk to His Majesty, and I'll tell him not to punish you for this. How does that sound? Will you let me go home now?
I'm very sorry, Taiho, but I'm afraid that I will have to ask you to stay here for a while longer.
In other words, you're gonna hold me as a hostage until His Majesty complies? All right then.
So does that mean that you will cooperate with our plan?
Yes, I actually think that you make a pretty valid point. I still don't agree with your methods, but maybe it takes something this extreme to persuade that idiot. So I guess I'll stay here for a while.
Thank you, Taiho.
Taiho!
Ribi! That's right. Shoryu made you an ambassador here so you could keep an eye on all of the ministers. No wonder they locked you up. They all think you're Shoryu's dog.
But why have they brought you here? You had better not harm the Taiho in any way.
It is not part of the plan to hurt him. That's not our intention.
No, don't.
Do not move. Don't forget the child. Since you are a Kirin, Rokuta, I'm going to have to seal up your horn, so you won't summon your Shirei, or try to metamorphose into your Kirin form in order to escape from here. Understand?
This really bothers me, you know. It's not just that I don't approve, but I really don't want to do this, okay?
Does it still hurt?
No, I'm fine. But it feels a bit weird.
This thread is the Sekisakujo. If you break the thread in any way, then her thread will tighten. And by the same token, if she cuts her thread, yours will then tighten.
I understand.
Furthermore, the thread is wound around the cell, and if you try to escape, it will break.
Then you don't need the baby anymore, right?
Yes, you're right. He has served his purpose. Please return him to his parents.
Bastard!
Well, this is a first. I didn't know you were capable of showing emotions.
This is not the time to be joking. The Taiho isn't anywhere to be found.
What about Ekishin?
We discovered his remains. It looks like he's been eaten. Most likely by a Yoma or a Yoju.
That's quite upsetting. And where was he?
Just outside Konkyu.
Could he have been abducted?
I wonder if the Taiho is safe.
There's no way the brat would go down that easily. Don't worry.
Aren't you in the least bit concerned about him?
And what good would that do? There's really no reason for it. Seisho, you have already issued an order to search for him, haven't you? All right, then there's really nothing more left that we can do about it. I'm sure we'll find him eventually. Or he might just come home on his own.
But Shoryu, how could you just...
If he doesn't turn up, I'm sure we'll receive a ransom demand soon.
Huh?
He may have been kidnapped or killed. If he's already dead, then there's absolutely nothing we can do. However, if he's been kidnapped, it's because his captors want something. Besides, it's not like he's so adorable that someone would just snatch him up.
Unbelievable.
Shuko.
Sir.
I want you to try and contact Ribi. I doubt she's been able to stay safe.
Yes, sir.
I would also like you to look into the Immortal Registry and see if you're able to find someone named Koya.
Yes, Your Majesty.
That kid is nothing but trouble.
What kind of person is Atsuyu?
Actually, he's a great leader. He also seems to care a lot about the people. He's very different from his father, the provincial lord who rarely comes out of his palace. I can't understand why he's doing this.
It's Shoryu's fault. He's never serious.
I'm sure His Majesty has his own reasons for doing such things.
I wonder if that's the case. I think the blood's affecting me. Did you hear? They killed Ekishin. I feel so bad about it.
I beg your pardon, but do you and the commander know each other?
So then, Koya's a commander? He's come so far.
I think he knows some kind of trick to control the Yoma.
He doesn't control the Yoma. The truth is, it's the Yoma who are controlling him.
What?
Sorry, but I'll have to explain it later. I'm really sleepy.
Rokuta hears the sound of the thread being cut. It is a faint but very heavy sound. The 12 Kingdoms, Episode 42. The God of the Sea in the East, the Mighty Ocean in the West, Chapter 2.